Hello, it's Malcolm here, and in this video we're going to discuss reviewing. In terms of working like a mathematician, we'll think of reviewing as the process of looking over what you have done with the critical eye. Now that term, with the critical eye, is necessarily vague, but that's because everyone will review in a different way. But the idea is that you go back and have a look at everything that you've done, thinking of ways in which you might have done it differently, thinking about whether you're right, and so forth. So how do we go about it? Well, I reckon initially what you would do is you go and actually have a look at the work you've done on the problem itself. So that would be the initial focus. From there, you'd start to thinking about the mathematics. What sort of ideas have come up mathematically speaking? And once you've finished looking at the mathematics, you might then go on and look at the processes that you did as you tried to solve the problem. So let's have a think about it. In the initial phase, what sort of things would we think about? Well, the most obvious thing to start off with is, are my results reasonable? Do they make sense? It's amazing how often that you can just use common sense to see whether your answers are correct. So you might try to think of ways in which you can try and even check your answers. Are there specific cases where you know what the answer might be? And so forth. So think about that. Then start thinking about other mathematical ideas. For example, you might want to think, well, could have I done this another way? Is one way better than the other? Or you might think to yourself, what other mathematical questions did I ask as I went through here? Did I think of other problems? Did I think variations of the problems that I could do? Could I do a generalized version of my problem? Would my method work on other things? It's in taking your time to think about these things that makes you work like a mathematician. You can also think to yourself, well, what other links might have occurred to me? Did this remind me of any other mathematics that I have done? It takes an effort to do this, but with practice you can. And finally, think about processes. What was the key to my success? If you can identify that, maybe you'll be able to use it again later. Or alternatively, what happened? What stopped me from getting any further? And maybe you can go and try and find out about that. The good guys, the real mathematicians, they review their work instinctively. But for us, we have to make a conscious effort to review our work. And we'll do it at the end, and we'll also do it while we're working.